Well, I've managed to find two very, very small locks, even smaller than the one that I opened a couple of weeks ago. This is the largest padlock that I have, and now I have discovered two even smaller ones. As I discovered last time when trying to open the smaller ones, it takes just as much effort as the large ones because there are still 3 or 4 pins to be picked. So now I'm going to pick once again my smallest lock. Well, to be honest, I think this one is smaller, but I'll come to that in a moment. This is a pin tumbler lock, and I'll just put it here into my vise. And last time I picked it, I used this homemade tension wrench because the keyway is so small, and I'm using the same one for this time. Let us see how it goes. I'm going to try first this, I don't know, wave rake. See if I can get it in there. Oh, okay, really quite fast. Not a problem with that one because this is a tumbler, a pin tumbler lock. Get that into position. And there we are. So now to my next one. Now this lock is totally different. When I open this, you will see here that there is a small ridge in this shank, and that ridge there is locked in place by a sprung device, and when I open it, it unlocks from here. That is a pin tumbler. This one, however, is quite different. Why are they so small? Because they're used on my luggage bags. Of course, I could probably break it open with my hand, but basically it's just I don't know, mental security. This is the key. Totally different. And there it is. And you'll notice that on this shank there is no ridge here, which means that when this is in position, it is not held on this side, it is held by an unseen ridge on this side of the shank inside this little lock. So there it is. As it's not a pin tumbler, I'm going to have to use a totally different technique for opening it. So let me just put this into the vise. And because there is no revolving keyway on this one, I don't need a tension wrench. So what I've done is I've made a special tool and hope that this will open it. Now, those of you who have made the tools before from windscreen wipers will recognize this because this is the end of a windscreen wiper. I've bent it, and I've bent it here for some tension once it is inside. I think that inside here, by looking at the key, I would call it basically a warded lock, really. A ward is a sort of a wall which you have to get by. So I also think that the only part of the key that really works is this part here. So if I were to file off these two bits here and just have a long key shaft with two little protrusions, that would be a sort of skeleton key and would probably open it. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and use this device which I've made to put it in, go beyond the first ward, and then try and turn it. I've bent this thing here so that I got some pressure on it to see if I can open it that way. Okay, let's have a go. I've got to go past the first wall or the first ward. In I go. I hope I've got in far enough. Up, and there we are. Okay, opened with my specially made tool, a tiny warded lock, and so far the smallest lock that I've opened. Let's just compare it to this one. Again, it's about the same size as the key. Now my two smallest locks opened.